Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I draw noses and mouths today. And we are going to start with the noses, then we're going to do the mouths. I'm going to show you several different ways that I would draw both of those because I have several different, ways of drawing them, depending on the style I'm going for, the aesthetic, stuff like that. So let's get into it. So we're going to start with drawing a nose. The way I'm going to do it right now is going to be sort of a more realistic way of doing it. So you're going to start with a small circle.
Yeah.
And then you're going to add two smaller circles on the sides, sort of raised up a little bit from where the bottom of that circle is. And then now that we have that, we're going to go and and using these dips right here, I'm going to use that that is where the nostrils are going to be. And then darkening out the line there. You can see we got a nose that is starting to form here. Adding shading now from where the nostrils are. This is going to help show that there is shape to it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You too. Bye-bye. Right. I was just calling Mishta trying to see if I could figure out where I was on the list, but I guess they won't tell you, so. But she told me that, I get off of the list, at the end of March, which I'm like, Jesus, even if you don't get to the top, you get, kicked off the list. So that kind of makes me nervous. Well,
and then
I guess you have to recertify before you're kicked off. Otherwise, you have to go through the whole you go through the whole process. But if you do it before you get kicked off, then it's more likely that you'll be put redone.
That's how I draw a realistic nose, and
you've already been kicked off.
And now I'm going to show you how I do it in the second style that I use. This style is less realistic. It's more cartoony, got a little bit more of a, stylized style. So this one just start with a line like that. And then we are going to add a sort of rounded out bit there, and then just sort of curve like that, and then that's going to be the shadow on the side. And then just, again, more shadow. And then there's how I draw another nose. And then the last nose is the most simple nose. Well, actually, no, this one might be the simplest, but this one I like the best. It's sort of like a middle. So just, line, line, curved line. Like that. And then
auto drawing. Auto drawing.
and I like that one the best. Now we're going to move on to drawing mouths. So let's get to it. So again, I'm going to be showing you 3 different ways that I like to draw mouths. You can change up the steps, do them however you want. Okay, so again, we're going to be doing a more realistic version first. So starting with 2 small oval shapes.
Could I help you make a video?
No. And then using a larger
1, 2, 3.
oval shape on the bottom there. It's going to look like the start of like a screaming face emoji or something like that. And then we're going to start adding the shape. So using this, we're going to draw a dip from where these 2 are, and then just then go down like that, and then using, and now we have, the basic shape. And then again, this is where another curve connecting these 2 circles here. And then we're going to try and, it's kind of so you curve out in the middle and then you curve upwards on the sides. And you can erase your inner guidelines here. And then you can add shadow and highlight. So I add darker shadow right around this area.
Let's go.
Pretend you didn't see that. Okay,
But it is.
not you. I'm not talking to you.
Who are we talking to?
The internet. Don't laugh, it's not funny.
I'm not gonna laugh.
And then once you feel happy with your darker areas and your lighter but slightly dark areas here. Then you can take your eraser and add highlights. This is how I do it. Other people have their own styles, their own way of doing things. And that's how I draw a more realistic mouth. Next, we're going to be doing a more stylized version. This version is easier. It's more stylized. So you're going to draw sort of like a W shape. Sort of like a W. And then from there, and then that's, the basic shapes of it. And then we're going to just smooth it out and start adding in little details.
What are you doing? Did you just break out your nail?
I broke one off and I'm fixing it.
And then again, you can add your highlights. And then last but not least, I'm going to show you how, so this is my realistic version and my stylized version. Now I'm going to show you my preferred way of drawing a mouth. I'm going to start by drawing, basic, shape like that. And then like that. I'm going to change up the expression. So I'm going to make a sort of like, it's going to look like a line that is curving upwards slightly, and then we're going to, again, pretty much just doing the same thing as the stylized mouth, but only the upwards curves on the sides are a little bit more extreme. And then using these upward curves, we're going to go like down like that. And then there we go. And then there you go. Usually I would just, and then, after that, I would usually just go over it with some, is it lazy? Yes. Does it work? Yes. Do I care that it might not be as, fancy as this one or this one? No. This is just how I like to do it, and I don't care what anyone else thinks. So, and you should have the same way of thinking about your own art too. I mean, it's amazing when other people like your art and it feels great, but if you got a hater out there, just ignore them. And then this is when the famous saying, they hate you because they ain't you, comes into play. They're just jealous of your amazing style. And then you can use I can use like other different shades of red and, burgundy to add shading and highlights and such and such. And then there you have it. That is how I draw noses and mouths. Hope you enjoyed the video.